When I was at school, we studied Shakespeare, and I have never been more bored in my life. What possible relevance did this centuries-old prattle have to me? There are so many words, and barely any of them make sense, and I swear he's used 4 lines of haths, doths, and thous in order to say something as simple as, "I'd quite like a sandwich." Horatio. And even on the good days when the teachers would wheel in a boxy television that was longer than it was wide, they'd pop in a fuzzy VHS of an 80s made-for-TV adaptation in which the only thing more feathery than the dialogue was the haircut. Ugh, Romeo and Juliet, are you kidding me? You're gonna kill yourselves because you can't be together? That's a bit OTT. You're only 13 years old, you don't even know what love is yet, said me, aged 13. And admittedly, I haven't read Dante's Inferno, but I'm pretty sure the 4th circle of hell is being stuck in a stuffy classroom while a bunch of year 9s go around the table reading Macbeth one line at a time. But in 2007, I found myself sat in a converted warehouse just off Covent Garden, getting ready to watch Obi-Wan Kenobi and the guy out of Love Actually do some Shakespeare. That day, I'd been far more concerned with which of the 2 girls I liked was texting me back quicker, because at 17, I knew far more about romance than the star-crossed lovers from Verona ever could. But then the curtain rose, and I watched as Ewan McGregor's Iago needled and manipulated Chiwetel Ejiofor's Othello, taking this handsome, poised soldier and spinning a web of lies to turn him into a paranoid mess. I don't think I blinked. I barely even breathed. I was so focused on what was unfolding in front of me. And during the curtain call, Ewan McGregor looked directly into my eyes. And it was almost like he knew that finally I understood. Back in the classroom, my copy of Othello was soon defaced by 1,000 notes and underlinings, and my hand was the first in the air for every question. There wasn't a single alternate reading or subtext theory that I was closed to. I dived into watching every version of every play I could find, Kenneth Branagh's Hamlet or David Tennant's 10 Things I Hate About You, and of course, Baz Luhrmann's Romeo plus Juliet. And I finally got it. Because it turns out Shakespeare is meant to be seen, it's meant to be heard, it's a melody, and every single one of those haths and doths and thous is there for a reason, and that reason is why we're still listening 400 years on. It's Shakespeare's birthday today, and his death day, and I wanted to mark it with my old nemesis. But soft, what light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief that thou, her maid, art far more fair than she. Be not her maid, since she is envious. Her vestal livery is but sick and green, and none but fools do wear it. Cast it off. It is my lady. Oh, it is my love. Oh, that she knew she were. She speaks, yet she says nothing. What of that? Her eye discourses. I will answer it. I'm too bold. 'Tis not to me she speaks. 2 of the fairest stars in all the heaven, having some business, do entreat her eyes to twinkle in their spheres till they return. What if her eyes were there, they in her head? The brightness of her cheek would shame those stars as daylight doth a lamp. Her eye in heaven would through the airy regions stream so bright that birds would sing and think it were not night. See how she leans her cheek upon her hand. Oh, that I were a glove upon that hand, that I might touch that cheek.